Hello everyone! Welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So it's time to do the Christmas gnomes from Let's Resin. Super excited about these. The only thing with gnomes are I get so like caught up in all the parts that need to be different colors. I'm looking actually for how much these hold. I know they got to be on here somewhere. I just don't see it. So I may have to guess. Usually they put it on their molds. And I don't see it on this mold. Can somebody point me in the right direction? Because it's a little hard to find on these. Maybe it's not on these for some reason. So, because of all the parts that need to be different colors, in my opinion, I get intimidated by gnomes. So, I think what I always do on something like this is I take the lightest color that I want on here, because I don't want to paint a light color over a dark color with markers. So I always pour in the lightest color that I need. And both of them, because we all know Santa has a white beard, which means we need white as our lightest color, which means I'm going to pour everything in white, the whole thing. I pulled this one out. Color Passion Max White Sparkle. This is just like, if you can't get a hold of this, this is just like Crushed Crystal. So I will link both of them, but I wanted to use it. I'm going to douse the resin in that so his beard is sparkling. So I'm going to do, and I might as well just start, I'm going to do it with my finger to get the powder in. So this one I want the tree. He's got a tree on his head for his hat. And these are the chrome powders. This is the original, the one. The original one has an amazing green and an amazing red. So if you want great Christmas colors in chrome powders, go for the original set if you don't have any, because the green and the red are perfect for that holiday. So I am going to use my finger just because it can be a little easier sometimes. And just rub the powder everywhere. And then if I need a brush to get into those little tips. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do that. I just had an epiphany. The white that goes into his beard can be like the flocking on the tips of the trees. So I think I'm going to leave the tips non-powdered, if that's a word. Most of the tips. I do want some of it done. And then I'm going to have to, I want to get his clothing like the red color that I'm going to use on the other one. But I'm going to do most of the tree in the green. Look at that. That'll leave the tips white. But I do want to get a little bit more than that in there. So let me get a little brush. I have not looked up anybody doing these just because I forgot. Now that I'm talking about it. Where's my little brush? I just had it a second ago. Here it is. To get some inspiration from other people. Didn't even think about it until I'm doing this right now. So I don't know how people are doing these. I just don't want the entire piece of the end. And maybe I'll just do some of them with some green. I don't want huge blotches of white on them. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of green in most of these places. Definitely on the tree parts, which I see looking inside, and you could probably peel it back and do it too. Tap out everything else. This little branch here is too white. I should say too empty. I'm going to go over to this one, and I'm going to clean it up. And then I'm going to do the inside of him, which is, I wonder how easy it is to clean it if we pull it back like that. Let me just take this off so I don't get green on there where I don't want it to be. Grab some alcohol. Wipe most of it out this way. I don't know, I've never done this mold, so I'm trying to think of the best way to do this one. Clean it. Cleaning is always no fun. That takes me the most time of anything. But this way, I can pull it back most of the way and get it without worrying about it when we go back this way. So what is that right there? Oh, that's, I gotta clean that with a, let me just grab the whole thing here. I'm running out. I use so many of these little things. So I'm just gonna clean the rest that I don't want, his nose, his mustache, that I don't want green. Get all that powder off now. I will clean the outside, because sometimes when I'm looking at the outside, I'm thinking it's the inside. And I'm doing work for no reason. So let me just get that. See, it's on his back right there. On the inside. I'm just going to clean that off, and then I'm going to go in with the red and do the exact same thing. And get all the red on his clothes. So he'll be a green and red gnome. See, I think that's on the outside. You clean and you clean thinking you can't get it off, and then it's on the other side of your mold. This one was not that bad. I'll just clean off the bottom here because it's kind of on the inside. Whatever powder you have first on your silicone is what you're going to see. So if you're getting it, just little tiny little pieces of it, and I go over the red with it, you're going to see that green first. I'm just gonna go up in there, try to get it around his nose. You can see through these molds pretty good though. They're nice and transparent. Invest in some cotton swabs. You're gonna need them. That looks pretty good. I will be painting parts that I don't want white, of course, after the fact, but I think I got him pretty good. Then I'm going to go in with the red and another finger caught, whoops, this way, and do the same thing to his little clothes. And then I'll do the other one in a little fast forward this way, because I'm going to do the exact same thing. Look at that red. It is so gorgeous. It is so red. I just don't know. Okay, yeah, this is the back of him. Your finger actually does a really good job. If you have not tried it, it's really, there's no brush marks left behind, put it that way. And I'm going to try to clean off his little cuffs so they could be white. It's just kind of hard to do when your first time. His little hand, I don't need his hand done. I just want his little jacket done. Right there is his sleeve. And then I will tap it out. I'm going to pull that off so I can touch it. And then clean it back off. We'll do the outside first so I don't think I'm missing something. And if you have to go back in with your cotton swabs, which I do, it's all over his beard. Get that all off. So this is the final cleanup before we pour the white in, because I only want the two powders. I mean, you could do the whole thing if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I will do the rest after we demold it. So let me work on this and work on the other one, because you could see what I'm doing. And then if you need to touch up the red or the green, you could just grab a little brush and put it back in where you need it to be put back in.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage. Colors are loud like they're breaking the cage. Sparkles explode in a radiant haze. Crafting a masterpiece that's gonna amaze. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in flare. Diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and gold with a stroke of flair. Diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night, painting dreams with...
I went on Let's Resin's website and it posted 7 ounces for the big one and 4.5 for the small one. So I was going to mix up 12 ounces, and for some reason I put 7 ounces in my head, so I did 7 of A, and then realized as I started pouring B that I had to do 7 of B and I was going to have 2 extra ounces left over. So quick thinking, I do know that I need to make 2 of my little gnomes for an order, and I was going to do it tomorrow, this stacked one with the 3. So I'm going to do 1 today. So I put the extra 2 ounces in here, and she wanted 1 in red and 1 in green with my crushed crystal. So that's what we're going to do. I didn't plan on making this one today. I was going to do them both together, but plans change sometimes. So we're going to do red with crushed crystal, and I'm hoping the crushed crystal doesn't fall to his head, to the top hat. Let me get a different spoon here. I'm not gonna do like tons and tons for that reason, because crushed crystal can sink if you put too much in there. But I'm gonna give it a little bit of a sparkle. I mean, mica powder already has sparkle, plus it's a matte mold, kind of. It's not a shiny mold. I'm not even sure we're gonna see that crushed crystal now that I'm stirring it in here. But if I have to, I will spray seal it with clear spray sealer. We'll see what happens. Hopefully that's good. I didn't really want to mix with this big thing, but that's okay. So I do always pour a little bit in there with some alcohol, and then I put it through the vacuum chamber. So I will do that again, because I don't want any bubbles in his little teeny tiny hat. And then this one I'm just going to douse with the, oh, it's still not open. I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna douse with a lot of this because I want it to, of course it's going everywhere. It's just like crushed crystal. I want a really sparkly beard. Let's see if that's good. And then I'm gonna split it because this is too deep and it will probably bubble over in the vacuum chamber like this. So I did pull out another cup. That back and forth cleaning thing was a lot. Every time I thought I was done, I would touch up a little bit of red, and then the little bit of red got where it shouldn't have been. So it was like a back and forth game for quite some time. But I think I've got it. Of course my ceiling fan is on. That's why it's going everywhere. I want some more in here. I want it like super duper white and sparkle. Yeah, I can't find the etching on the mold itself this time for whatever the reason. Maybe they didn't have a place to put it. I don't know. But they did list it on their website. So if you ever don't know, pull up their website and go to the actual piece, open up the description, and they showed the measurements, and where the measurements were, that's where they showed how much it held. This still is not enough for me. I'm gonna dump more in. Maybe I should put some, instead of using up all this, some white mica powder with it, because I think this is just basically sparkle. It's not really gonna turn it white, and I don't want to use my whole entire jar for it. Let's see what this does. I'm hoping this stuff doesn't sink. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit of white. get, what do I have here? Let's do the crystal white, seeing that we want crystal white, and put a little bit of that in here just to make sure I have white.
What you making?
A gnome.
Jamaican bacon?
2 gnomes. 3 gnomes.
You don't know what you're making?
You're so funny.
Ah, fun. You got glitter everywhere.
I know, the fan just like poof everywhere.
How'd it go? What, poof?
Alright, so I'm just gonna split this up and then vacuum chamber it.
Careful.
You don't have gloves on. I wouldn't get too close. You're gonna be sticky. Alright, BRB. Totally forgot, because he distracted me, to spray this one and fill it like halfway. I'm gonna squish and squish just to see. See, I saw a bubble come out of there. And then I will vacuum chamber it. All right, now let's vacuum.
Glitz and glitter lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright, rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment.
Hopefully that took care of all those bubbles. Oh, let me spritz it. And fill this one up. This one's feet are all the way at the top, so you definitely have to get this one really, really full. If you are short a little bit of resin, you will know by the feet are gone. And then I got a little left over too. Set this out of the way. I'm gonna put, oh, I forgot to show you what I use. Scarlet by Rolio. I'm really liking this red for the holiday season. It's a really good color. I'm just gonna put a jar behind it because it kind of tends to lean one way. So I don't need that spilling when I'm not looking later. Okay, for these I really can't spray them. So I just have to hope. I'm gonna pour it into that bird. I tried to paint the bird gold. Don't know. I didn't get the whole thing. It was basically impossible. So I'll have to paint it. I realized after I was trying to struggle to paint that I could paint it gold after the fact with a chrome marker and it will cover the red if I got red in there. Just wanna, oops, see there a bubble came out of there. I'm gonna try to squeeze, but I get really nervous about messing up the powder. This one's the one that holds 7. I'm just gonna kind of squish it around again one more time. There's really not a whole lot other than the bird and the hat that's gonna get bubbles in it. Grab my glitter one. Since this is basically all glitter. And hopefully I don't need that tiny little bit of red that I have left over to fill them. That would be terrible. There's that one. What do I have left here? Hopefully 4. Perfect. 4 exactly. So that one held exactly 7, just like they say. I'm gonna just move it aside. I'll probably put jars around that one too. So for this one, the same thing. I'm gonna fill the tip of that hat. That hat is... Yep, there was a bubble down there. Pretty sure I got it. Fill a little bit more. Couple bubbles coming out. Oh, you know why? I'm gonna put this one in the vacuum chamber because of those branches. I'm gonna fill up the branches all the way like that. And I'm gonna put this back in the vacuum chamber to pull all those bubbles out of those branches since I don't have a pressure pot. So a pressure pot would like squeeze the bubbles. I need to remove them since I don't have the pressure pot. I left it in there for 3 or 4 minutes and it did pull a lot of bubbles out, and it also made some of the green float. So unfortunately, I may end up having to paint his little beard because I think we're gonna see specks of green all over it. Unless all it floats to the top. Oh goodness. I had 4. I think I needed 4.5. Shoot. My math is so bad today. Or did I say 3.5? I don't remember. 3.5 or 4.5? It must be 4.5. Because I had 4. I don't know. I'll have to go check. Because that's full. It's good. Let me go check. It's on my screen. It said 4.5 ounces. Took 4 ounces by measuring from this cup every last drop. So as you can see, some of the red is floated. I'm sure the green is like mixed in there. You could try to get it out like this, but I don't think I can do that. The green is just in there because it was mixing with the bubbles. So I'm hoping that I don't have to paint his white beard and his all the white stuff. Just try to get that red off. Okay, well, I don't have any extra. Oh, I do have extra. I have red extra. I forgot about that. Let me move this out of the way and find something I can do with this red. I don't need another gnome in red, so let me find something else. Since we're on the Christmas theme, I had my Christmas bin out because several videos will be Christmas. I loved this last year. This was into resin, and they're snowflake molds. I made so many of these last year in all different colors, so we're gonna get a red one today. And it's not gonna get filled all the way up, but it doesn't need to be. Just as long as it covers those ribs to hold it all together, we'll be good. Let me use this spatula. And we'll have our first snowflake of the season today. I'm sure those of you who live in snow areas don't want the snowflakes in real life. I don't either. That's why I don't live there anymore. I like to look at it from afar in pictures on Facebook. Not in person. All right, I got it filled probably 2/3 of the way. And that is all we have. So let's check out the comment of the day. It is the best time of the day, so let's see what we have here. So we'll start with the first extra. Whoops. You can see that crushed crystal. That is gorgeous. Look at that thing shine, even though it's a year old. This is a really, really soft silicone they use for this one, so shouldn't wear out too fast. That is beautiful. I don't even see any bubbles. Yay me. All right, let's see this one. And she changed her mind on the second one from green to buttercream. And if this one doesn't turn out, we might have to do it on 2 of them. Well, it worked. It worked. That is good. So like I said, it's a matte mold. You can see that the crushed crystal is in there. So I'll probably end up spraying this one after the fact, just so we can see it. See, there's like, it's weird. It's got a couple spots that are shiny. It happens on every time, so I don't know what they made this from. So we'll try to figure out how to bling this up, yet keep red in there. And let's do these. Hopefully My colors didn't just go floating all over the white. Oh man, they did. Shoot. Now my mind is racing. How am I going to fix that? I don't have white markers. See how it turned red right there? That kind of stinks. All right, let's see how the tree came out though with the white tips. You're gonna want to make sure this is fully cooled. Mine is, before you demold this one for sure, or it will be popping off pieces all over the place. That is cute. Oh, I love the white tips. Not all of them are, but that's okay. Love the white tips. And his beard is a little orangish. And a little on his hands too. Man, and I spent so much time cleaning that, but look at the chrome powder. So cute. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna have to leave it. We'll see. I'll have to figure something out. Because I'm obviously not done with them. Man, I hope the same thing didn't happen to this one. Look at the red though. The red is gorgeous. I'm peeking, you guys. The bird I already know I'm gonna paint over because I couldn't get it down in there very well. Again, you better make sure this is completely cooled or you will be ripping that bird right off the top of his hat. Let me spritz some alcohol down in there. I don't know if that's gonna help it or not. Oh yeah, that definitely helped it. Okay. Let's see what we got. He's got a little bit of red under his nose. Maybe I'll make his nose red anyway. That's his hand. Yeah, I didn't do too great. I got powder on stuff. Well, that totally stinks. But the red looks good. Oh, I should have kept his feet white, but I didn't. So I've got lots of problem solving to do today. There's a cute little gift right here with the bow on there. All right, let me come up with a plan. Probably put you in a fast forward because it's going to take me some time, especially since I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. All right, let me think and I'll be right back.
Michelle sits down by the Christmas tree, pouring resin like it's meant to be. She's got a heart full of shimmer and shine. Each gnome she makes is one of a kind. With every pour she says a prayer for the hands that'll hold her handmade care. Glitz and glitter, rhinestones bright. She's working hard in the soft lamp light, serving Jesus with each small spark, spreading joy from her humble heart. She paints a beard, a hat tip low. A tiny Christmas gnome begins to glow. Her brushes dance like a winter breeze, adding bling to bring hearts to their knees. Her faith the glue, her love's the spark. She's crafting light in a world so dark. Glitz and glitter, rhinestones bright. She's working hard in the soft lamplight, serving Jesus with each small spark, spreading joy from her humble heart. Glitz and glitter, rhinestones bright.
That took so long, you guys. I will never do 3 in one day ever again. Plus I added rhinestones to this too, so that kind of took an extra amount of time. So I just added some green rhinestones to it and put a nice ribbon on there so that can go on somebody's tree. I have these strings I'm seeing from the glue that I can't stand. And then for this little red gnome, she wanted like the trim of the hats blinged out, so that's what I did with red, green, and gold. And then I put this tiny little bell at the tip of each hat. And they jingle. Aren't they cute? And she wanted gold noses and feet. So that one is done. I'm just going to have to do one more for her. So the next one will be buttercream. And I meant to spray seal this. Totally forgot. And now that the rhinestones are on here, can't do it now. So I'm unfortunately cannot do that. I might have to do something though. I want to try to shine it up, but I got to think about that. Maybe a brush on sealer or something. I'll have to think about it, but not today. So for these fellas, so I got the painted, I painted the bird and the nose in red. I took UV resin and the crystal and I went over the parts that had red on it and it kind of worked. It's not bad at all. And then for the gloves and the boots, I just did black. So that covered that, painted that, and then I put rhinestones around the hat. So that guy is all finished. So I went all the way around that one. So he's super adorable. And then this one took quite a while because I put so many stones on. So I painted his gloves because there was a little bit of red on there. And the red orangish color I hid with the stones. So I'm like, I'm just going to outline the beard and I'm going to go up these little lines kind of like in the creases of his beard. And I just added more because I didn't want it to look like I was trying to cover something. So I just kind of added a bunch of lines going in the creases, painted his nose. I glued this little bell to the top and then put all different color rhinestones all on the tree. So I really like it. I think he's so cute. So cute. Let me know what you guys think. Which one is your favorite? Can you even pick a favorite? I love them both. They are great molds. I love these molds. So those are finished this year, unless I get orders. If I get orders, but then I'll do them again. But I have so many more Christmas molds to get with you guys. All right, that's it for today. I'm going to get you guys some pictures. Stick around for those. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye. Have a blessed day.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings. A masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart.